Hello young and old, welcome to bestaround. Today we're going to be looking at the game Pilotwings. Pilotwings was released in Japan on the 21st of December 1990, the following August in the US, and not until 1993 in PAL regions. Whilst not a launch game, only 9 Super Nintendo games were released in 1990, and this being one of them. I had played the game sparingly in the 2000s, though I had beaten it with save states a few years ago, and boy did I need them. You in essence are trying to get various licenses by showing competency at different flight modes such as skydiving, rocket belt, hang gliding, and operating a light plane. Given that there's not too much more to the game, I might as well quickly go through each mode. Parachuting is alright, going through the rings can be tricky, the landing on the platform is manageable if it's not too windy. Hang gliding is similar to skydiving, it's just a bit more up and down as opposed to a continuous descent. Light plane is good, pretty well the essence of the game. Landing can be a bit tricky, but the game is by no means unfair here. With wind, it makes it harder to stay straight on the runway, but overall, flying through the sky is an absolute joy. Rocket belt is pretty cool, landing on a moving target is very difficult, but the rest is a lot of fun. Something that is a bit questionable throughout the game is the accuracy of whether you have gone through gates or hit markers. It can be a bit unclear whether you have succeeded, and similarly, where to land isn't always the most obvious. There are also secret mission levels in helicopters, which admittedly can seem finicky when trying to land, but everything else is reasonable enough. Avoiding enemy fire can be very challenging, and it certainly adds a new wrinkle to the game now that there's an opponent. My view of the different modes: helicopter ain't bad, shooting is always good, hang gliding sucks, skydiving is not much better, whilst the light plane and the rocket belt are definitely the stars of the show. The difficulty is tricky to describe. Doing well enough to earn 75 points or more in the individual levels is generally not that difficult. Stringing 3 or 4 of these efforts together with wind and without crashing or landing outside the target areas is the real challenge. Whilst I didn't take too long to complete the game, I definitely feel that it could have easily have taken twice as long if not for a bit of luck. A classic example of my good luck is where in a level I felt like it was actually easier to go for the smaller target that netted me a bonus level. Further luck was that the bonus level relied solely on button bashing, which was the easiest part of the whole game for me. Once you have completed the game, perhaps there's some appeal in replaying the levels and bettering your scores, or perhaps getting into the bonus stages. I think outside of just dominating some of the earlier levels, given the reduced wind and more lenient marking and your improved ability, there's not much to come back for. I beat the game in about 4.5 hours. I think a few years ago it took me twice as long, though interestingly the video of solely my successful attempts is only about 50 minutes long. So under 2 hours is definitely achievable if you are really good at the game. So overall, this was a pretty good game. A fun experience, it's definitely unique, and it's done really well. The graphics are clear and colourful, the music puts you at ease in normal levels, and you can feel the tension and the gravity of things in the secret missions. I'd give Pilotwings a 7.5 out of 10 for enjoyability, and for difficulty I would give an 8 out of 10. These two scores are interconnected in that perhaps one would take greater enjoyment out of the game if you're better at it than me, which probably wouldn't be too difficult. So is Pilotwings a top 10 Super Nintendo game? If you're a flight buff, I think the answer would be yes. I don't think you'll find much better in that regard. Whilst it is a pretty good game, and I'd encourage anyone to have a go, I can't say that this would be too close to my top 10 recommendations to try on the console, nor top 10 for quality. Perhaps I might have thought differently if it didn't have the parachuting and the hang gliding, because I really didn't enjoy those much at all. Stay tuned for the next game chronologically in the series, and I'll see you all next time.